Magic Johnson and Stephen Curry, two point guards with two very distinct styles of play, and many people, including Michael Jordan, will say that Magic is the greatest point guard because he won 5 rings, dominated the 80s alongside the Celtics, and because of plays like this, Magic also holds the all-time assist record for basically every category. Most assists in Lakers history, most assists per game for a playoff series, most assists in an all-star game by halftime with 13, most assists in an all-star game in an overtime with 19 assists, and most assists per game all-time for his career, and the list goes on and on. Magic Johnson was unlike anything the league has seen before or since, and on the other side, there's Stephen Curry. Now looking at how the game's greatest passer matches up with the list of records held by the game's greatest shooter, it's very similar, with one notable exception. Magic was not the first player to dominate with his passing and team engaging play style, because not only was Oscar Robertson pulling in 11 assists per game in 1964, but he also led the league in assists just as many times as Magic, with Magic usually averaging 1 more assist per game. But with Stephen Curry, you just don't understand. No player has ever shot as many three-pointers and made them as Stephen Curry. But to understand what that means, just look at Ray Allen. His career lasted 18 years, and he was of course the greatest three-point shooter in NBA history during his career. He attempted 7,429 three-pointers in 18 years. Only 3 players in history have more than 6,700 three-point attempts. It's James Harden, Stephen Curry, and Ray Allen. But Ray Allen only made 2,973 of them. And despite playing 4 less years than Ray Allen, Stephen Curry is the only NBA player to have ever made more than 3,000 three-point field goals, with 3,474. The gap between him and the other active players is insane. James Harden is the only active player in somewhat distance to catch up to Steph's record, but let's be real, he's never gonna make it. Steph is already shooting 41% from 3 this season, and the Warriors not even doing that well. But all this proves so far is that Steph looks better on paper because he was the first to do what he did. But what about Magic being the first and only rookie to win a Finals MVP? Yes, that is something we will likely never see again, and the Finals MVP has always been a huge blemish on Steph's record. How can a franchise have 4 championships during the career of its franchise player, and the franchise player only has 1 Finals MVP? But just how did Magic get that Finals MVP as a rookie? How was that even possible? He had Kareem in that series, yeah, who was in the middle of his own MVP season, but Kareem got hurt in the middle of Game 5 of the 1980 NBA Finals. So Magic Johnson, at 20 years old, had arguably the strongest start to an NBA career that we will ever see. With no Kareem, Magic put up 42 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. This was arguably the greatest game of his career. And yeah, I know, Rookie of the Year is a season award, but wow. Of course, Larry Bird, who won the award that year, definitely deserved it since he did have a better season than Magic and was almost 50-40-90 as a rookie. And of course, the Warriors didn't make the playoffs Steph's rookie year because obviously comparing the 2009 Warriors to the 1979 Lakers is ludicrous, so we're not even going there. But Steph did manage to tie Michael Jordan's rookie record for the most 30-point, 10-assist games when he had 5 of them as a rookie, while also becoming just the 6th rookie in NBA history to have a 35-point triple-double. But one difference between Magic Johnson and Steph Curry is Magic was always a winner. Remember, Magic won his first NBA championship the very year after winning the NCAA title with Michigan. Only 5 players have ever done this. 2 journeymen who stumbled upon the right team on draft night, Billy Thompson, who was actually drafted to the Lakers during Magic's reign, Henry Bibby, father of Mike Bibby, who managed to get drafted to one of only 2 New York Knicks championship teams. And the 2 greatest players that won in college and NBA back-to-back were Bill Russell and Magic. Also, Christian Braun with the Nuggets just actually became the 5th player on this list. Good for him. Didn't even realize he was a rookie. This dude's huge. Now, when comparing the MVP seasons of Magic and Steph, one edge that Steph clearly holds over Magic is shooting. Magic's first MVP season, he put up 18 points a game on a ridiculous 52% from the field. But out of the 43 three-pointers he attempted that season, he only made 10 of them, putting him at 23% from 3. Magic wasn't a good long-range shooter, but one of his strengths was understanding that, which is why he didn't even attempt 63 pointers in a single season until he was 30 years old and more comfortable in his 3-point shooting form. But trying to compare Steph and Magic based on shooting is useless. They didn't even take anywhere near the same volume of shots, and that is what gives Magic an edge. How was a man with the shooting ability of Ben Simmons able to dominate the NBA, get 5 championships, and become one of the greatest players of all time? Well, that's because the game is more than just shooting, my friends. And Magic has mastered every aspect of the game aside from 3-point shooting by the time he retired. And his highlights show it. When he throws the ball like this in between the legs of the defender for an easy assist, remember, this is not just some college kid he fooled. That's a grown man, a professional basketball player that Magic Johnson just made NBA look like an idiot. Fun fact, this most likely Terry Teagle, who after being traded from Houston to LA actually caught a pass from Magic, made it, which gave Magic his 9,888th career assist. Weird, but it's time for the truth. The hard truth. Stephen Curry is the greatest shooter to ever grace an NBA basketball court. His name is synonymous with the Warriors franchise and basically the three-point shot itself. The 2016 Warriors are the second best NBA team of all time, and Steph's unanimous MVP season is still an anomaly to look at years later. When it's all said and done, there will be no doubt that number 30 is a bad man, the greatest Warrior ever, and we likely won't ever see some of his all-time records broken in our lifetime. But Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard to ever live. Take a player like Magic today and throw him in the NBA. It would be inconceivable. The only active NBA player that we can compare his skill set to is Ben Simmons, who clearly, if he had the mentality of an NBA champion, he would be one of the most dangerous players in the NBA, but yeah, right, it's never gonna happen. What Steph has done to the game, we see countless players trying to recreate. Some of them are getting pretty good at it, but not the same. The only truly dangerous player in today's NBA we can compare Magic to is Nikola Jokic. Take away his three-point shooting and increase his speed, and the guy is still an unstoppable force. And as much as I hate to bring this up, Stephen Curry will only have 2 rings if it wasn't for Kevin Durant. You do the math. Magic won 5 rings with 6-time MVP Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and managed to win 2 Finals MVPs with Kareem playing, excluding the first one obviously that he won in 1980 while Kareem was hurt. Stephen Curry has won 4 championships, and although it's definitely arguable that he got robbed of the 2015 Finals MVP, there is no doubt that without Kevin Durant, Kyrie and LeBron would have gone on a three-peat.